I don't can't talk 2 hours.
Well, whatever you can do, that's all you do.
Okay.
Or we might lose you anyway.
No, I think not going to lose, but maybe the video is maybe not that clear. Mm.
Yeah.
Can you see the screen share?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm do the opening prayer.
Yes.
Good morning, good afternoon, evening, everybody. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those clear obstacles on my path to liberation and nations, may they experience happiness, be separate from suffering safely. I ways to let them in the still answer past perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those clear obstacles on my path to liberation and nations, may they experience happiness, be separate from suffering safely. I ways to let them in the still answer past perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. The Lord don't water se be da, no bara se be ge. Arpa dang dam jen jen be, bardo ju bara se ba dam je je zo se be. Manang ka dang nyam be, sem jen dam je de wa dang de. Dong bara dang zha, nyer de la na me ba yang da bara zo be zang ju. Rumbo je do bara sa. Those under achieving enlightenment perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Under death, perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now under this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas or yadams. We take refuge in the exalted Buddhas or the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dhakas, Dhakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. And try in the heart of enlightenment. I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise the example of Bodhisattvas. As well as the Buddhas embodied enlightenment and the progress true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta, and applying myself to accomplish this stage of the path. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, most excellent, I take refuge after enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May the rest and calamity free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faith for mind to all Tathangatas and the 10 directions. Those who have already reached the Tathagata state, those who are reaching it at the present, and those who Tathagata state to come. Through the power of Samanta Buddha's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest within my mind. I posted to them, multiplying my body as many times as the atoms of the earth. In each atom I visualize as many Buddhas as the atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas, thus all space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all the Buddhas, I make offerings, various pure flowers, flower garland, music, honoring oils, manifesting like different grind things. I make offering to the fun, garment, the perfume, and the prepare for the highest movement and orange the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offering and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I posted to Buddhas and make offerings to them following the deeds of great Bodhisattva Samandabhara. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the memory of all the Buddhas in the 10 directions of the great Bodhisattva and the Pacceka Buddhas, those have attained Aharaja, those have entire the path of Aharaja and all other beings. I regard through all great protector and Buddhas to turn the highest way over Dharmas of the light, dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions, leading them gradually to enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas and ten passing to Parinavana to luminate for as many eons as the atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment or sentient beings, or thus I dedicate. The ground is sprinkled with the sainted water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the merit of the spring mountain, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. As Buddha fell for it, may all sentient beings attain the happiness the Buddha fears. To the Lama who possesses the Tirikayas, I offer water in all the sacred offerings, with my body, worth, and all that is visible. It is grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying. For the sake of enlightenment, all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rina Mandala Panza Manga Samandra Savarina Samaya Om. I call refuge on my word. Your friend provides the 3,000 words. You are Victor Varjadara with our draw. I bow your Father and the Songong. Continually, I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessing. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the very nature of the mind. Please stand aware of the Dharma of the true workers and the combination according to disposition, the likewise mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of clouds of two words, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds wisdom, takes it in his heart, he has a compassion. For beings who are suffering from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara, as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance, losing the channel of karma through the 60th branch of Aramani speech. He wears the wisdom silver to cast a over suffering to dispel the darkness of confusion. In the Buddhist hour form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and the perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you to magician adorned by the 112 Sun Buddha to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Arabazanade, 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 Wange Joromo, 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 Wange Joromo. You who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and praise to Manjashiri. Yone gelen jangwa bo ye ye rume radembar jidin de mong men sar wan jang bor yang lo san zer tu ma dang ge do ye xiao ye rui sen zhong yin jie me do de ye bong jiang ba zer jie long bo do re ji be Ye jia xiao la ge san zer dur jian jiang jian de lo na ru dang mar ba mu lai ji jie gang bo ham mo zhi ba jie ruan zhi gong bei ge jie la ma nang lai so ruan de ru ming ji jie yin jie bo zhang Sam san jie gen jie ngo nie rang sem jie gen ngo san dong zhe Tawe lama nam la zorwande. Okay, so now I'm going to continue. the hearing liberation. So we call this teaching is called hearing liberation. So you know the reason, when you hear this, and we have a opportunity to liberate in the Bardo. So you know how to, go right directions. And you get very good GPS as long as you have this Bardo instructions. When we get in the Bardo is, very confusion stage, right? Very confusions, not knowing what's going on there. And so these instructions give you clearly all the, what's going on there. So take us to like right path, right directions. So now, last week, I think we finished the inner reading of the ground with the following words. I think we leave there. Do you think so? This is if the individual was a spiritual teacher or a spiritual friend greater than oneself, then we say, Venerable One, the inner reading of the ground is now arising before you. Recognize it, concentrate directly on its experiential cultivation. So that's, I think, last way we talked, then leave here. Do you remember or no? You think so?
Khenpo, we started at the beginning of page 34. I'm just opening the text.
34?
Yes, yep, that's what I had written down.
So then that means like we finish this 34 is I don't have a page numbers. This. So what is your page that says like, where do we stop?
It says, let's see, one second, I'm pulling up the text. Had that you finished, this introduction should be made 3 or 7 times with correct pronunciation and clear diction, and then beginning, accordingly the deceased will firstly recollect the teachings as they had been formally given by his or her teacher, and secondly be introduced to inner radiance as a naked natural awareness. Is that what you have?
No, we are more below than that.
Okay.
Okay, so then. So then you mean is the right now is like today started to know the sign of the dissolution of earth into the water is present in that area.
Let me search real quick, Khenpo.
Dedication and the sign of death. When the sequence of the sun is almost complete, the attendant should encourage the dying person to cultivate the following intention, beginning with the words. Also, I think here, the child of Buddha nature, or if the dying person is a spiritual teacher, right?
Khenpo, Khenpo, I thought we were further than that, but is Maria?
No?
Maria, are you saying yes? That's the right place? I'm looking for other. If anyone has the correct page number, you can message it to us.
I have arrived at the time of death, so now relying on the process of death, our single-mindedly cultivated authentic intention.
I thought we were further down, about 10 pages down, but I may be wrong.
Bardo 사제 제목은 So then we Ochado Buddha nature or the name of the individual, letting pure inner reading, reality itself, no arising before you recognize it.
Khenpo, someone messaged in and said page 34. So that's, let me pull that up. So that would be, accordingly, the deceased will firstly recollect the teachings as they had been formerly given by his or her teacher, and secondly, be introduced to inner radiance as a naked natural awareness. And then thirdly, having recognized this, he or she will attain the Buddha body of reality. And okay, Debbie said page 31. Okay, thanks, Deb.
That
Page
was
31.
Emmy said that. Yes.
Oh, okay. 31 is the female Buddha Samantabhadri, the essential nature of reality.
Is the Buddha body of reality. Yeah, Buddha Samatha body.
Yes.
The essence of your own consciousness, awareness is emptiness, yet this is not Buddha Samatha body. So we Samatha body, we talked, right?
We did. Yes.
Oh, I see. So inner readings as naked nature awareness. He or she will attain the Buddha body of reality, the beyond conjunction. And the first inner reading of the great take place in this way. So no, okay, so accordingly, the disease will firstly recollect the teachings as they had been formerly given by his or her teacher, right?
Yes, I believe that's correct, Khenpo.
Yeah. I think from there, yeah. Teachers. So then, and secondly, introduced to inner readings as a naked nature awareness. So, and then thirdly, having recognized this, he or she will attain the Buddha body of reality beyond conjunction or disjunction. And certainly achieve liberation. Recognition of the first inner reading of the ground take place in this way. So this last week, just we in introducing is actually, nature mind, Dharmakaya. So long as in this life, we meditate Mahamudra Dzogchins, and, we have this instruction, we practicing, and the power of that. So when we are in the Bardo, we recognize, that teachers introducing the like sharing what we receiving the teaching, we can recognize that. Or, you practicing, like you have already familiarity, you have used to something like, your own nature. So you recognize it is that. And so long as you recognize that, then we are liberating in the first readings of the ground take place in this way. Means like first liberation is called Dharmakaya. And first liberation is only Mahamudra Dzogchen practitioner has. Other, no one can, without the practice teachings, cannot liberate in this first state. The first state of liberation is just we recognize our own natural mind. So that's, in this instruction, like last week already shared, they very clearly, what means natural mind. The natural mind is like introducing Dharmakaya. Samenda Bada, Samenda Body, the explain. Samenda Bada is not somewhere else. The Samenda Bada means like our own mind nature. So that's we have already within us, and like always with us, like never lost. So that is the, recognize is called the ground take place in this way, recognition. Then if someone don't have opportunity to recognize in this state, then introduction to the inner reading of the path. Then first, like this Dharmakaya state, if we don't recognize, then we have to another chance to, knowing again. So in this Bardo Thödol, giving so many choice or options. So according to the Dharma practitioners, level or, the Dharma practitioner's ability, the best is so in the Zoom, someone they're talking. So we, practice Dharma in this life, then we recognize when we have to use all this practice. And which practice really helps when it's time, this someone meditate Mahamudra Dzogchen, so in this first stage. And long as you recognize that this nature, and we have opportunity to liberate. So long as this liberation happens, then that person don't have to go through the Bardo. So it's the first state is liberation. Then if that not happen, introduction to the inner reading of the path, if however it is feared that the disease has not recognized the first inner readings, the so-called second inner reading of the path will arise. Then again, it said that this second inner readings lasts a little more than the time it takes to eat a meal. So little longer time, natural inner readings is still rising again, one more again rising. Then after the respiration has ceased, so its outer breath is already ceased, and then still inner breath is there. So that time, this second inner reading of the world, this arising. So first one is like when the dissolution time, or the dissolving the five elements, and stop the outer breathings rising. And then this one is outer breath is already gone, but inner breath is still there. So still arising this, inner reading of the path. So then this one is how long less is like just time here mentioned is like, take to eat a meal. This also not always the same that due to individual. And we have to know in this instruction, just everybody has kind of like different ways writing. This is very generally guide, specifically due to individuals' karma. And, due to their many convictions. That's why it's different ways rising. So in this generally, rising, so maybe this here says like, even like, less is eat a meal, maybe minutes, maybe mere time, maybe more longer than that. So it's depending, but it's anyway, this experience is rising short term, but never know how long stay. So that's this instruction. Then specifically, it arises once vital energy has escaped into the right or left channel. Whichever is appropriate depending on the positive and the negative past action of the disease. See, the person's like depending positive energy, negative energy, which is more strong, right? And that's why this experience also goes depending individual. Some stay really long term rising, some stay very short term. So we have to know this. See, what I'm showing here is vital energy has escaped into the right or left channel. I think if somebody realize the Dharmakaya nature, this vital energy is going to the center channel, they're not escaping to go to right channel or left channel, not reverse again. So this energy, vital energy is going into the center channel, and the person have experienced this natural readings, it's Dharmakaya experience. And then who realize, so this vital energy is not, escaping from right channel, left channel. I think it's just, the energy is become rising to the Dharmakaya. So that's why the last week also I shared, I think, Bardo, we talk many times. We have the, father's essence, mother's essence. One is ascending down, one is descending up. Meet in the heart center. This then together is somewhere like this energy go into the vital energies go into the center channel, then rising the color readings, or like this nature of mind experience rising. So then the person will become liberate, but somebody don't recognize that, then the energies become reverse again from the center channel and go through this escape to the right of left channel. Whichever is appropriate depending on the positive and the negative past action of the disease. So then this how long go into the center channel, how long stay in the center channel. When this reverses go through the left channel, right channel, dependent person. Never know how long, and once the vital energy has emerged through the one of the orifice of the body, when this occurs, the consciousness suddenly become awake and lucid. Although it is said that the second inner readings also lasts approximately for as long as it takes to eat a meal, this actually depending as before. So it's a kind of saying again. So even this, once again, like this vector energy is, if we don't recognize when they are going into the central channel, inner radiance rising, color light is rising. If you don't recognize, that's first Dharmakaya state, and reverse to this left channel or right channel going out. And during that time also this inner radiance rising again. So second option to liberation, right? So then that's the dependent persons, like we don't know how long stay. When this occur, the consciousness suddenly become awake and lucid. Is lucid means like awake and lucid means inner radiance rising again. Although it is said that this second inner radiance also less approximately for as long as it takes to eat a meal. This actually depends on us before. On whether or not the energy channel are healthy and whether or not the individual has or lacks meditative experience. So you understanding, right? Two things like this inner radiance rising, two different ways. First one is this when vector energies go into the center channel is rising, right? And then you recognize you are called liberation Dharmakaya. First, if you don't recognize that, this vector energy is going reverse again, go to the left channel or right channel. I think, I don't know, both or one. Maybe dependent person, maybe male and female, maybe go to different channels. So here didn't mention clearly anything, but they go to reverse from the channel they mentioned, right? So if go through the left channel, right channel, and then out of this energy from the body, then still this rising again. So this experience rising again. That's mentioned in this, text, right? So that maybe takes like also depending, but during the, you have maybe still like, this is take to eat a meal. This actually depends as before, Then no, if that time then per person don't recognize, so now at this point the consciousness emerge from the body and initially in the individual may not know whether or not he or she has died, because it's then I think conscious is out of from the body. So conscious is wing energy, follow the wing energy. I think followed by this vector energy, mind energy with the together, the breath. I mean the energy with the mind together. So that's why we meditate, focus with the breath. So you focus with the breath, then breathe, mind is goes oneness. If you mind is become very subtle level, mind, breathe is goes oneness, not separate. So that's why here see vector energy is because we already when we die, so that time we don't have this gross level conceptual thoughts. It's already dissolved, or this gross level conceptual thoughts. We know the this descending the father energy, ascending mother's energy, and heat in the heart center means like attachment, anger, ignorance. All this conceptual is dissolved. And then when energies go into that moment, go into the center channel means mind and energies become oneness, very subtle level oneness. So that time then you have this, Dharmakaya and clear light experience rising, right? Then you recognize that we liberate in that state is first liberation. If we don't liberate in that state, then when energy go through the left channel, right channel, become odd. So that time also you have another clear like experience rising. If recognize, also another second opportunity to liberate. If not, then the energies go out from the body. Momentarily, your conscious also out of from the body. So conscious is out from the body, then the disease, they don't recognize I'm dead. Okay, so that's the here is the not this point, the consciousness emerges from the body, and initially the individual may not know whether or not he or she has died. The relatives are seeing us before, because then you see your relatives. So, I think when with death processing, due to, like this sickness or this or dissolution experience, you don't recognize much like our relatives and left behind. And then conscious out of from the body, so you see something here. We can see the relatives seeing us before, and their cry of sorrow can be heard. You can hear it. During this period, before the harsh and bewildering experiences related to past actions have arisen, and before the terrifying experience related to yama have occurred, the oral teaching should be given. So then this is, in that time, the karma not rising yet. Past karma cannot blow you. And then also this, negative experience or positive, any experience not rising. So, you are just out of the house, example, like, and somebody like take out from your house, then you don't know where I have to go, somebody like not take away from you, and you don't know what happened, like something suddenly, you don't thinking about what going on or something, like that. So out of the mind is from the body, and then you have an experience, but karma didn't yet come to take you. And that's why in that time, also if you do some positivity or aspiration and sharing this Bardo, and disease can have opportunity to go to right directions. So that's why here says before harsh and bewildering experience related to past action have rising, not yet. And before the terrifying experience related to yama have echoed, not yet. Okay. The oral teaching should be given, means in that time, if you're giving oral teachings, this hearing liberation is time. This oral teaching concerns both the perfection stage and the generation stage of meditation. So when we're giving the oral instructions, how to give it to the disease, they have two different, instructions. So one is a generation stage, one is completion stage. Two stages, generation stage of meditation. So then remind him or her with the following words. So I chart Buddha nature. So meditate on this, your meditational deity. So now, ready to sharing. Here is we took we have to share two instructions to the disease, depending. If you are Mahamudra meditator, then you have to share this way. If you are the, Yidam deity meditation, then, like generation stage, using the generation stage. If you have Mahamudra meditation, then we have to share completion stage, like this Dzogchen Mahamudra instructions. Because the reason is like this is easy to recognize. So then we meditate in deity. So do not be distracted. Concentrate intently on your meditation or deity. So if you are practitioner Yidam deity, generation stage practitioner, then we have to share generation meditation. See, if you are Mahamudra meditation, then we have to share the completion meditation practice. Meditate on that, the deity appear and yet is without inherent existence. Like the recollection of a moon in water. So now, we have to recognize here, it's changed the topic. Why is it changing the topic? Reason is because Dharmakaya, somebody didn't recognize, in that state, they don't recognize the Dharmakaya liberation. So now it's changed to Sambhonakaya liberation. Sambhonakaya liberation is for the deity practitioners. And the Dharmakaya liberation is for the Mahamudra Dzogchen meditators. So Mahamudra Dzogchen meditator liberated this first two, what we shared, okay? And somebody not liberated in that state, then how do we do it? The person is the Mahamudra meditator, still you can put Mahamudra meditation practice instructions. But then, person is the Yidam deity practitioner, so now we have to share this Yidam deity meditation. So it's, this liberation is called Sambhonakaya liberation. So now we're telling the, person, concentrate intently on your meditation of deity. So single-pointedly, focus to the Yidam deity. Meditate that deity appears, like appear in the visualizing, appear in the mind. That's the reason we use the tangas, statues. And yet it's without inherent existence, like, not physical object. So same is like rainbow. Like the reflection of the moon in the water, that is appear in the mind. Same as rainbow, but not physically, solid, the same as statues. So visualizing, kind of same as rainbow body, moon in water. Do not meditate on the deity as a solid corporeal form. If the disease was in ordinary person without a specific practice, then the person dies, they don't have a Yidam deity specifically, okay? And then what we do? Then first the introduction with the following words. So then what we have to telling them is like meditate on the Lord of great compassion, means like generally people who don't have a specific Yidam deity, then we're telling them meditate Chinrezek. Okay, so someone die, we know that person's deity is Tara. Then we have to telling the person meditate Tara. The person is the deity is Chakra Sambara. We have to telling the disease like, no, you ready to meditate Chakra Sambara. So then we use some generation stage meditation, that instruction. So each Yidam deity, we have a meditation, stage practice. We each sadhana, each sadhana, they talk about the deities, form body, and how to visualizing form body, color, the ornaments, everything, and we have to introduce that. So then the person is just normal person. They don't have specific any deity practicing. Then just we share is a Chinrezek compassion by means of such as introduction. There is no doubt that even those who have not recognized the nature of the intermediate state will do so. If properly we share these instructions, somebody already have, that is a practice before we die, you have empowerment, that is a, transmissions, practice and yadam deities, you already familiarity yadam deity, and somebody do this instruction for us when we are in the Bardo, then we have opportunity to liberate. So it's not dropped. That's the good news, yeah. We have, okay. So even though who have not recognized the nature of intermediate state will do so, means like if you don't recognize in the first stage liberations, still have opportunity to liberate. Then this is the above precise reminder should be given by a spiritual teacher or sibling to those who, sublime to those who like some, sangha, despite having already received this introduction from a spiritual teacher while they were alive, have an undeveloped meditative experience and accordingly were not recognized the intermediate state by themselves. So no, see, these instructions, like right now we, in our sangha who have these instructions, you can sharing to when someone, passing, dying, you can share this. Good is like somebody already hearing this teaching, then you share is more easy. Someone never heard any instructions, I don't know, so how much benefit. But the point is like, right now we are sharing this with you and, you hearing this and you can help each other like our in who has these instructions. So that's the truly here benefit they mentioned. Not droppedly, then is equally this instruction is of creature importance in the case of this those who, despite their meditative experience, so there's some have a good experience in meditation, but are bewildered by sorrow's illness at the moment of death, and therefore cannot recall the past meditative experiences. That can be happening, if you have already good familiarity in this practice. But when we die, so maybe, it's due to the, disease, sickness is so strong. So bewildered by sorrow's illness. And due to that, maybe, we don't have opportunity to pay attention to this meditation. We know like something going on, we don't practice, we forget the meditation practice. So that kind of, the illness due to disease, like, so we forget. Then also another is, and finally, it is like particularly necessary in this case of those beings who, despite their former meditative experience, are at risk of the falling into lower existence as a result of having broken their vows and having failed to maintain their basic commitments. So, this instruction is truly benefit to who? Okay, like, somebody has already instruction, but when they die, that time, the sickness is so strong. So that's why they cannot pay attention to meditation. Or someone has good practice, but also another level broken vows, or maybe another negative karma, maybe due to that falling to the harems. And then somebody using this herring liberation that truly benefit to these people. Okay, this they really truly need kind of this kind of people. The point is, okay, who need this instruction? They need these people. This subject is we pointing here. Object, I mean the object, sharing to for the liberation, sharing liberation to who has these issues, and then this truly benefit. Then as stated above, it is best if recognition occurred during the first intermediate stage. Of course, the first is best. However, if it does not occur therein, awareness can be awakening and liberation attained during the second intermediate stage. So then some people, if they don't liberate in the first state, in this second state, also still you can sharing this Dharmakaya informations, because maybe another opportunity to people recognize, Dharmakaya again, nature. So the point is example, I'm in the Bardo being, okay? If I don't recognize in the first Dharmakaya, then my conscious left from the body. And if I practice example Tara. So if Tara practice and meditate, maybe someone sharing the helping that, still somebody can share me to, Mahamudra Dzogchen instructions. The reason is that's still possible. You cannot say, oh, it's finished there. No Dharmakaya liberation is finishing. You cannot say that. Still possible. Still in the second section, so still possible, okay? Do you understand? So that's why here mentioned again, second intermediate states is still possible. So that's why you never give up. The point is like this Bardo herring liberations, like you have to go read, go continue, go back and forth. Is better. Second intermediate state. This second intermediate state is also called the pure illusory body. So then second, this intermediate state is second intermediate state is also called the pure illusory body. Reason is the person that don't recognize I'm dead or not dead, but some, kind of this pure illusory is rising. So somebody sharing this, first this introduction Dharmakaya sections. This Bardo beings also another maybe opportunity to recognize again in this state. So that's why, pure illusory means like another, kind of illusory, like radiance, like kind of a color lights, another color lights rising, possibly recognize it there too. During this second phase, consciousness achieves in instance of clarity, even though the disease may not know whether or not they are dead. You see, then even disease maybe don't know they are dead. So is consciousness achieving instance of clarity, even though the disease may not is rising again. So anyway, clear consciousness rising again. So if the teaching is given at this time, the mother and the child aspect of reality can meet. And the disease will no longer be controlled by the force of past actions. So there, we talk about the true choice. I think, second liberation, true choice. If you are Mahamudra meditator, we say have to share completion again, completion practice. If you are Yidam deity practitioner, then we have to share generation again. So generation is introducing Yidam deity. The completion practice is the introducing again this, Mahamudra instructions. Then in this, if the person knowing, nature in this state, means like mother, child recognize mother, So there, the child mother is just like means like name, only name, okay? Mother means like the nature mind, the true nature mind, mother means. Child means your own experience. Own experience means like you meditate, you knowing something yourself. That's called child luminosity. Actually, mother luminosity every single being has. Okay, child luminosity means only meditator has. The reason is because meditator, child luminosity means like you meditate, this is my nature. You already familiarity, you already get something. Who don't meditate, they don't have that. So that's why mother luminosity is every being has, we have. So child luminosity is only meditator has. No, what happens is child luminosity recognize mother. Means like, mother luminosity normally don't recognize easily. Who meditate, then you have child luminosity. Then you say, when mother rising, mother luminosity rising, so this is my meditation. You already familiarity. You knows what is that. So that's called, child and mother recognizing each other. And so that's the you have to know. Just point is like child luminosity is only meditator has. Mother luminosity is every being has. We have. Aspect of reality can meet, means together. If you don't meditate, then only have a mother. You don't have a child. Cannot meet together. So you meditate, then you have a child. Child recognize a mother means like our meditation experience recognize true nature, grown, basic what we have, recognize. And the disease will no longer be controlled by the force of past action. That time is easy to recognize. The reason is because this the karma not controlled yet. If karma controlled, then hard to recognize. But this moment, karma not yet rising. And you're just with that, and somebody like came out from the house, and then, then you came out of the house. So if some police or someone not come to get you, and you don't have a home, you don't went to the jail. So between there, you are just in the middle of states, something like that happens, disease. So karma not come to yet get. And the past is gone. Past is gone. So okay, out from the past, body. Then that moment, still this experience easy to hold. Then two experience. One is can Yidam deity or Mahamudra meditate. Just as, for example, darkness is destroyed by the light of the sun. See, if this, mother luminosity recognize, our child luminosity recognize mother luminosity, then darkness is destroyed by the light of the sun, means like all the karma cannot take us. karma cannot put to the, jail of samsara. So, same is like the examples, sun can destroy all the darkness. The controlling force of past action is destroyed by this inner reading of the path. And the liberation is attained. So it's a second liberation. This liberation also power of, this Mahamudra meditation, Dzogchen practicing. See, because we knowing the, natural mind. So my understanding is like, first realization is water energy go into the center channel. So you have like color lights, and the mind nature, clear, peaceful experience rising. So that's the first liberation. And if not happening that, out of the mind is, out of the body, and then, another, opportunity to recognize your natural mind could be, that is like power of meditators. Chada Lamanasti, recognize Mother Lamanasti. Second liberations. So two levels to liberation, Dharmakaya there. So we have to know there, two different Dharmakaya liberation. First part of Dharmakaya liberation, and then second part of Dharmakaya liberation. No, this is so-called the second intermediate state, occurring at this point when consciousness leaves the body, is one which suddenly appears to the mental body, means like become the disease don't have this form body, it's mental form body. Mental form body is like, same as we are in the dreaming, when in the dream we just carry this body, you feel this body you have wherever you go. So that's mental form body. Assumed by the disease, while the consciousness of the disease retains the same range of the hearing as before. So then just experience the same as like before die, like, we have a dreaming experience, exactly same. Hearing as before. If the above oral teaching is given at this time, its purpose can therefore be accomplished. So this oral instructions sharing could be this Bardo being can liberate. If not, then he says, since the bewildering appearance generated by past action have not yet arisen, then if the not happens, so no, this karma is already rising. So, I already told you to take out from the house and you have a couple of minutes outside yourself, not police take away from you, something like that, right? So no, it's like, the karma, police comes. And then they're caught, same as like Bardo being caught by the karma. No, it's have to follow by karma. Before, in the moment, you don't have to follow the karma. So that means like if somebody has a negative karma, but as long as you have this instruction, if you meditate Mahamudra Dzogchen, could be, before karma caught, have opportunity to liberate. Then nothing happened, so no, same as dreaming, mental form body. And then karma caught. The disease karma already caught, since the bewildering appearances generated by past action have not yet arisen, or still not arising, not rising, the disease is able to direct his or her intention anywhere. Still disease, you have opportunity to take away. You can escape from, this karma code before. Therefore, even though the individual may not have attained recognition of the inner reading of the ground, even not recognize inner reading ground, he or she will be liberated by the recognition of the inner reading of the path, which is the second intermediate state. So the possibility, instruction sharing again, and that moment, this Bardo Bang can be still, recognized, possibly can be possible. So that's why just point is don't give up, sharing these instructions. So these instructions, any moment, any time can be benefit, never knows. If not happens, so then introduction to the intermediate state of reality means no reality Bardo. So Dharmakaya Bardo is gone. So Dharmakaya liberation is gone from there. So no go to the, is intermediate state of reality Bardo rising. The reality Bardo is then, due to our karma, the experience rising. So if liberation is still not attained through the above introduction, then the intermediate state of reality, also called the third intermediate state, will arise. So we call third, reason is to see the first, second, and the third liberation here. The third one is rising. It's most third intermediate state will rise. It is during this third phase that the bewildering apparitions, which are the products of past action, emerge. So no karma is rising. Therefore, it is extremely important to read aloud the following great introduction to the intermediate state of reality. At this junction, it is most powerful and beneficial. So now we have to read. So this is the instruction. So introduction means like first, this is like, what happened in this Bardo beings, like experience sharing here. So Bardo beings has this term, that term is this experience. Around this time, the bewildered relatives will be crying and expressing their grief. They will no longer be serving the disease share of the food. So kind of like already the relatives, they don't recognize. The Bardo being knows what is going on. So they're not sharing the food. They will have removed his or her cloth and trap down the bed and so forth. So that, take things where everything you see, recognize. Although the disease can see them, they cannot see the disease. Although the disease can hear them calling the out, they cannot hear the departed one calling the back. See, so the disease can hear what they're saying, but of course the disease is what is saying to the people there, the relatives, they cannot hear this. So the disease may turn away in a state of despair, I think. So it's not happy, then the disease like not happy, because the reason is the family not pay attention for disease. Like the reason is because they don't know, they don't see. This term, three phenomena, songs, legs, and the rest of the leg will arise. So all this is arising experience. The song is very strong, legs and the rest of the light will arise. So phenomena, like form, body, song, leg. So this is then, that's the reason when we, practice Yidam deity, all seeing form is deity is form body. Buddha's form is, this phenomena is rising. Is if you practice Yidam deity, this form is deity's form. If you meditate this, we chant mantras, the songs is, mantra. And lights and the rest of light, all this is deity's like, wisdom become. So that's why Yidam deity practice is truly beneficial in this time. Where arise and the disease may faint, which fear, terror, or if. Thus, during this period, the following great introduction to the intermediate state of reality should be given. So now we have to give these instructions. Call the disease by name and say the following words with correct pronunciation and clearly direction. All child of Buddha nature, listen very intently and without distraction. There are 6 kinds of intermediate state, namely the intermediate state of living or nature's existence. So that's the first. Right now we are in this stage. The intermediate state of dreams. So when we go sleep in the dream. The intermediate state of meditative stability or concentration. So this is the right now we are in because we are, meditative stability, concentration. If you listening teaching through your concentration, so we are in the meditation Bardo. So this 3, is in the living Bardo. The 4th is the intermediate state of the time of death. So that's we already shared. The number 5 is the intermediate state of reality. So no introduction in this one right now. And the intermediate state of the consequent rebirth. So that's the last one. So right now we are in the number 5, intermediate state of reality. So sharing these instructions. So the mainly, we say like we have these 6 Bardo for sharing for disease. All child of Buddha nature during and after death, you will experience 3 intermediate state. So you already have 3 already gone. The intermediate state of the time of death, the intermediate state of reality, and the intermediate state of rebirth. So these 3 is in the death, disease has. If these 3, it was the intermediate state of the time of death, which you experienced until yesterday. So now we're telling you already have this, death experience until yesterday. Although the inner reading of reality arose during that time, you did not recognize it. So we're telling the disease, you didn't recognize that. So now, as a result, you have been complete to wander here. And now you will experience the intermediate state of reality. So we're telling them, now you have intermediate state reality. Following by the intermediate state of rebirth. So the following is rebirth Bardo. You must therefore recognize without distraction. In distraction and events which I am now going to introduce to you. So now, we are telling that this is, please don't get distracting. I'm going to sharing with you this instruction to you. Then sharing this one, all child of Buddha nature. That which is called death has not arrived. You are living this world. So now you are living in this, Bardo world. But in this, you are not alone. So here mentioned, not only you. This happened to everyone. So, sometimes like Bardo beings are really sad, why I'm here, So we telling them, not only you, everybody have to go here, have to go through this. So make them, recognize, not only them, sometimes like we get some problems, why only me, So we recognize everybody has the same issues, then fare better. So similarly here, you not only you here, this happening everyone. Do not be attached to this life. Do not cling to this life. So just do and not attach your life. Do not cling into the life what already gone. Even if you remain attached and clinging, you do not have the power to stay. You will only continue to roam within the circle of existence. Cyclic of existence. Circle of existence. Therefore, do not be attached and do not cling. Think of the three precious jewels. So we're telling them, thank the Buddha Dharma Sangha. So, past body, the past we have any objects that nothing is a benefit. So we cannot, even we cling attached to that, it's become more problem, it's obstacle. We cannot take anything. So cannot do anything with that. So that's why let go. All child of Buddha nature, however terrifying the appearances of the intermediate state of reality may be, do not forget the following words. Go forward, remembering their meaning. The creature point is that through them recognition may be attained. So now we're sharing this all instruction, remember, this what going on, recognize. So this is a very important creature point, knowing the important is knowing, recognizing. So know is alasa, know as the intermediate state of reality arise before me. So this is like we have to read for the disease. So rise before me, renouncing the most thought of terror or fear. So no, renouncing the this most thought or ever terror or fear is like give up, don't scared, don't get a fear. So whatever rising is just recognize, let go. So I will recognize all that arise to be awareness, mind manifesting naturally of itself. See, it's everything is like own manifestation. So, knowing this is everything is my own delusion, my own manifestation. So we don't need to telling that this is don't scared. This is nothing going to destroy you. So just so if long as you hold your own awareness, everything is dissolved to the nature awareness. So we know knowing the nature awareness. That's why this all is source rising from our nature awareness. If long we see this, this terror, these things. That time you look to your mind nature, you be in the nature states, everything's dissolved into the nature. So that's why it's I will recognize all that arise to be awareness manifesting naturally of itself. Knowing such songs, legs, and rest to be visionary phenomena of the intermediate state at this moment have reached this creature point. So very important point, when we have this experience. When we have this experience, like you experience or like, maybe visualize that is form body, song is a mantra. And the mind is in the Dharmakaya, no conceptual states. If that's possible, we hold that, then this everything is dissolved. If not, then all this has become more fears, more problems. So that's the reason it's a very critical point. I must not fear, the assembly of peaceful and wrathful deities, which manifest naturally. Go forward, reciting these words distinctly and be mindful of their meaning. So chanting this, some these prayers and put in the mind mentally, chanting and go into the Bardo. So remember this idea, prayers. So you see, this all is like we knowing is sounds like rest to be visionary phenomena of the intermediate state. This all knowing is we knowing is the is our own manifestation. It's a delusion. So then this naturally, is dissolved, which manifests naturally. See, go forward, reciting the words distinctly, and be mindful of their meaning. So thinking about this meaning. Do not forget them. For it is essential to recognize with certainty that whatever terrifying experiences may arise, they are naturally manifestation of actual reality. See, actual reality is like rising from our own nature, not somewhere else. So we can finish here today. That's a lot, so we finish here actually. So tomorrow I'll continue. And now we do the dedication. Dorjin Chang, the Loba, Naropa, Marpa, Malarepa, Dharmalo, Gambo, Papa, Motroba, Lord Gompa, please be stopping as most species, bless over Kaju Lamas. But this which may achieve nations by defeating our enemies, confusion, may all who travels on the waves of birth, order, just saying there's a death across the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent, precious mind, where is unborn may they rise, where is the born may not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities separate far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri the Vero realized the autonomic state and as did the Samanta, but I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the Tirikayas, by the blessing of the true one changing Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order may the Ashe bear fruit. by the virtue collected in 3 times, by my 7 all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the inner rule of virtue, may I and all sentient beings calculating unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teaching of great Gompa Renashiri, whose omniscient Lord of Dharma, master of independence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, meditation, at the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you, everyone. Touch the leg. Have good day, good evening, good night.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Khenpo.
感恩上师
Thank you,
Thank you,
Khenpo.
Khenpo.
It's good to see you.
谢谢上师，
感恩上师。
是的嘞，给错了。
夜梦
感恩上师，张继德勒，感恩翻译张继德勒。
See you tomorrow.
别难过，
上师感恩医师。
都是的嘞。
Khenpo. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, ladies, shut down.
感恩上师，Thank you, Khenpo。
Do the daily.
谢谢医
感恩上
师。
师，感恩医师。
感恩 everyone，谢谢。
感恩
谢谢
上师，
感恩
感恩上师，
拜拜，
再
再见。
见，晚安，晚安，晚安。
Bye. Enjoy the daily prayer. I have to leave.